So here I am, typing this from my apartment while my mom is literally texting me from some random couch she's crashing on tonight. And honestly, I don't feel bad about it anymore. Let me back up a bit. I'm Sarah, 26, been working my butt off as a dental hygienist in Phoenix for the past 4 years. Not exactly rolling in dough, but I've been saving like crazy for my wedding. Jake and I got engaged last Christmas, and we've been planning this thing for June 2024. Nothing crazy fancy, just a nice ceremony at Sedona with about 80 people, open bar, the works. You know, the dream wedding every girl pictures. I had about 32 grand saved up. Every overtime shift, every weekend gig cleaning teeth at the mall clinic, every skipped Starbucks run, it all went into that Chase savings account. Jake's been matching what he could from his construction job, but my fun was the big chunk, my brother Tyler. Different story. Dude's 29 and still acts like he's in high school. Dropped out of ASU twice, can't hold a job longer than 3 months, and discovered online poker during COVID. Mom's always babied him. Tyler's just finding himself. Tyler needs our support, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I've been on my own since 18, paying my own bills, never asking for jack. So 3 weeks ago, I'm at Trader Joe's grabbing my usual cauliflower crust pizza when I get this notification from Chase. My stomach drops. The wedding account? Completely drained. Zero balance. $32,000 just gone. I literally left my cart in the frozen section and drove straight to my childhood home. Mom's car was in the driveway, that beat-up Honda Civic she refuses to replace. I storm in, and there she is, watching. The view like nothing's wrong. Sarah, what a nice surprise. Where's my money? The look on her face told me everything. She couldn't even meet my eyes. Turns out, Tyler owed some very bad people a lot of money. And by bad people, I mean the kind who don't take "I'll pay you next week" for an answer. Mom had already given him everything from Dad's life insurance. He passed 5 years ago. Maxed out her credit cards, even sold some of Grandma's jewelry. But it wasn't enough. I had to help him, Sarah. They were going to hurt him. You would have done the same. Would I, though? Would I really steal from my own daughter to enable my gambling addict son? The worst part? She knew my banking info because I'd trusted her to make a deposit for me once when I was out of town. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I'll pay you back, she said. Every penny. Right. With what money? Her part-time target salary? Tyler's non-existent income? I gave her one chance. One. Get me my money back by Friday or I'm calling the police. She laughed. Actually laughed. You wouldn't do that? To family. Wanna bet? That Friday, I filed charges. Theft, fraud, the whole 9 yards. Mom got served at work. The look on her face when the officer showed up at Target's customer service desk? Priceless. Court was brutal. She cried, begged, played the grieving widow card. But I had receipts. Bank statements. Text messages where she'd asked about my wedding plans, pretending to be excited while she was literally planning to rob me blind. Judge ruled in my favor. Full restitution plus damages. $38K total. But here's the thing. Mom doesn't have $38K. So, they garnished her wages, put a lien on the house, froze her accounts. Suddenly, she couldn't make rent, couldn't buy groceries, couldn't do squat. She showed up at my apartment last week, suitcase in hand. Sarah, please, I have nowhere to go. Should have thought of that before you stole my future. I'm your mother. Were you thinking about being my mother when you emptied my account? She's been couch surfing ever since. Her sister took her in for a few days, then some church friends. Tyler? Oh, he's MIA. Probably at some casino in Vegas spending money he doesn't have. Am I heartless? Maybe. But she stole my wedding, my dreams, my trust, and she did it without blinking. Jake's been amazing through all this. We pushed the wedding to next year, scaled things down. His parents even offered to help, but I want to do this right, with money I earned, not stolen, not borrowed. Mine. Mom keeps texting, calling, leaving voicemails. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I was desperate. But actions have consequences, and her actions cost her everything. The wedding account? It's slowly rebuilding. Every paycheck I add what I can. It's not the same. Knowing someone you trusted completely could betray you like that. But I'm moving forward. As for Mom, that's her problem now, not mine. Updated. Y'all, the comments have been wild. Some of you think I'm ice cold, others are team Mom had it coming. Let me address some things and give you an update on this dumpster. Fire. First off, to everyone saying you could have given her a payment plan, she had a payment plan. The judge set it up. 20% of her wages garnished monthly payments, the whole deal. Know what she did? Quit her job at Target to avoid the garnishment. Yep. Rather than face the consequences, she just dipped. And before anyone asks, no, this wasn't the first time she's pulled shady stuff for Tyler. When I was 19, she borrowed my car to let Tyler use for a job interview. He wrapped it around a telephone pole drag racing. Insurance wouldn't cover it because he wasn't on my policy. Did she pay for repairs? Nope. Did Tyler? Hell no. I took the bus for 6 months saving up to fix it. When I was in hygienist school, she convinced me to co-sign Tyler's apartment lease because his credit was trash. Guess who got stuck with 4 months of back rent when he bailed? Yours truly. That was another $3,200 down the drain. So yeah, this wasn't a one-time desperate mom situation. This was the nuclear option after years of choosing Tyler over me. Anyway, update time, Tyler finally surfaced. Dude had the audacity to show up at my work last Tuesday. Full scene in the parking lot. Sarah, you need to drop the charges. Mom's suffering. Mom's suffering? She stole $32,000. I would have paid it back. With what money, Tyler? Your poker winnings? Then he drops this gem. You're being selfish. That money was just sitting there. I needed it. Just sitting there? My wedding fund, that I worked overtime for, that I saved for 3 years, just sitting there. Security had to escort him off the property when he wouldn't leave. My boss was cool about it, but seriously, at my job? Here's the kicker. Mom's been staying with her church friend Linda, right? Well, Linda called me yesterday. Apparently Mom's been telling everyone at church that I'm keeping her grandchildren from her. What grandchildren? Jake and I aren't even married yet. She's straight up lying to get sympathy. But wait, it gets better. Linda also mentioned Mom's been hitting up church members for loans to get back on her feet. She's collected about $2,000 so far. But instead of using it for, rent, she gave it to Tyler. Because of course she did. My aunt, Mom's sister, reached out too. Apparently Mom asked to move in with her permanently. Aunt Carol said she'd consider it if Mom signed a contract, agreeing to pay rent and utilities. Mom refused. Said family shouldn't need contracts. The same woman who stole my wedding fund thinks contracts between family are insulting. Oh, and get this. Mom tried to access my dad's old military benefits. Claimed she was in financial distress and needed emergency assistance. They denied her because she voluntarily left her job. She literally screwed herself out of any safety net. Jake's been following this whole saga, and last night he said something that hit hard. You know what? Let's just elope. Forget the big wedding. Let's do Vegas, just us. Part of me wanted to jump at it. No stress, no drama, no stolen funds to rebuild. But then I thought, why should I give up my dream because of her? Why should her actions dictate my life? So we compromised. Small ceremony in Sedona like we planned, but just immediate family and close friends. Maybe 25 people max. Jake's parents, my best friends, his brother. Simple but beautiful. And no, Mom's not invited. Neither is Tyler. Speaking of Tyler, word on the street, aka my cousin's Facebook, is he's been bragging about some big score coming up. Another poker tournament. Another sure thing. Dude's learned absolutely nothing. Mom's still texting daily. Today's greatest hits. I'm sleeping in Linda's garage. This is elder abuse. Your father would be ashamed. That last one stung, not gonna lie. Dad always said family comes first, but I think he meant family who actually acts like family, not family, who treats you like an ATM plot twist. I found out why Tyler really needed that money. It wasn't just poker debt. Dude had been running some crypto scam promising people huge returns. When Bitcoin tanked, he couldn't pay out. The bad people weren't mob, they were his investors threatening to sue. Mom literally stole my wedding fund to cover Tyler's fraud. Jake's mom offered to let us use their backyard for the ceremony. They have this gorgeous property in Scottsdale with mountain views. Free venue, more money for the honeymoon. We're thinking, Cabo. The universe might be looking out for me though. My boss just promoted me to lead hygienist. 20% pay bump, better hours, and a signing bonus. That bonus? Going straight into a new savings account at a different bank. With only my name on it. Passwords Mom will never know. Sometimes I wonder if I'm being too harsh. Then I remember opening that Chase app and seeing $0. I remember her laughing when I threatened legal action. I remember years of being the responsible one while Tyler got endless free passes. Mom made her choices. Now she gets to live with them. And me, I'm choosing my future. With Jake. Without the toxic family drama. June 2024 can't come fast enough. Updated. Been a minute since I posted, and holy moly has the tea been scalding. Buckle up, buttercups, because the family drama train just went completely off the rails. Remember how Tyler was bragging about some big score? Well, he hit it. Dude actually won $45K in some underground poker tournament in Laughlin. I know, right? The one time his gambling pays off. So you'd think, here's his chance to make things right. Pay back the stolen money, help mom get back on her feet, maybe turn his life around? Nope. This man went and bought a used Dodge Challenger, bright red, then posted all over Instagram with captions like, "Started from the bottom, now we here," and "Hustler's gonna hustle." I cannot make this up. Mom saw the posts from Linda's garage. Oh yeah, she's still sleeping there because Linda's too nice to kick her out. She called me crying, about how Tyler promised he'd help her, but instead bought a muscle car. Now you know how I felt, I told her. Click. But here's where it gets juicy. Tyler's crypto scam victims, they saw the Instagram posts too. Hard to claim you're broke when you're flexing a $35K car. 3 of them filed civil suits. My cousin Derek, he's a paralegal, says Tyler's looking at serious legal trouble. Federal charges type trouble. Then last week happened. I'm at Costco buying bulk paper towels like a proper adult when I run into Mrs. Patterson, our old neighbor. She starts going on about how awful I am for abandoning my poor mother in her time of need. Apparently, mom's been telling everyone I'm a millionaire dentist. I'm a hygienist, hello? Who refuses to help while she starves. I pulled out my phone and showed her the court documents. The theft charges, the garnishment orders. Her face went from judgy church lady to full shocked Pikachu. She said you were being selfish. About inheritance money? What inheritance? Dad left us with debt and a mortgage. Word spread through mom's church group. Fast. Linda finally got the full story and was pissed. She'd been letting mom stay for free, feeding her, even gave her gas, money, all while mom was lying about me. Linda gave her 48 hours to leave. So mom did what any reasonable person would do. She reported Linda's home daycare for violations. Health department showed up, found nothing wrong, but now Linda has to deal with that mess. Way to bite the hand that literally housed you, Mom. Tyler's response to the lawsuits? He tried to return the Challenger. Dealership laughed in his face. It's a used car, dummy. No returns. So now he's got a depreciating asset he can't afford, while lawyers circle like sharks. Here's the really wild part. Mom reached out to Jake's parents, my future in-laws. Showed up at their house with some sob story about how I'm mentally unstable and being controlled by Jake. Jake's mom called me immediately. She invited mom in, served her tea, listened to the whole spiel, then, very calmly said, "I think you should leave before I call the police for trespassing. Boss move, future MIL. We're doing Thanksgiving there this year for sure." The legal update. Mom's missed 3 garnishment payments now. Hard to garnish wages when you don't have any. Judge is not happy. There's talk of jail time for contempt. Her lawyer told her to get a job, any job, immediately. She applied at McDonald's. They turned her down. Even Mickey D's has standards, apparently. Meanwhile, I'm thriving. The promotion's been amazing. Started doing Invisalign training, more money. And Jake surprised me with a weekend trip to San Diego. We toured venues just for fun, found this gorgeous spot overlooking the ocean. Might scrap Sedona altogether. Mom's latest living situation? Some lady from her Bible study named Ruth. But Ruth has conditions. Mom has to work, pay rent, and attend financial counseling. Mom lasted exactly 4 days before leaving because Ruth doesn't understand what I've been through. What you've been through, what you've been through. Tyler's car got repoed yesterday. Turns out he put like $2K down and financed the rest at 23% interest. Didn't make a single payment. The Instagram posts disappeared real quick. Last I heard, he's crashing with some poker buddies, trying to win back enough for a lawyer. The family group chat, which I'm still in for the entertainment value, has been lit. Aunt Carol posted, "Maybe if certain people hadn't stolen from their children, they wouldn't be homeless." Mom replied, "This is between Sarah and me." Uncle Rick chimed in, "No, it's between you and the criminal justice system now." Mom left the chat. But wait, there's more. Remember those crypto scam victims? One of them is a retired FBI agent. Guess who's been asking the Bureau to look into Tyler's investment opportunity? Discovery is going to be spicy. Through all this, Jake's been my rock. We opened a joint account for wedding stuff at a completely different bank with 2-factor authentication, fingerprint access, the works. Fort Knox has less security than our wedding fund now. We also started premarital counseling. Not because we have issues, but because we want to make sure we're on the same page about boundaries with toxic family. The therapist's jaw dropped when I told her the whole story. She actually said, "In my 20 years of practice, this is top 5 wildest family dynamics. Top 5, y'all." We made the highlight reel of dysfunction. Mom's now claiming she has stress-induced health issues from the situation. Posted on Facebook about needing prayers for her heart condition. Aunt Carol commented, "The only heart condition you have is a lack of one." Savage Linda sent me Mom's daycare inspection report. It was petty. Mom reported things like concerning smell in bathroom, it's a daycare, kids poop, and unsafe playground equipment, a normal swing set. Inspector noted it seemed like a retaliatory complaint. You think? Here's the kicker. Mom still hasn't apologized. Not once. It's all been, I was desperate, and you don't understand, and family should forgive. Never, I'm sorry I stole your wedding fund and betrayed your trust. Last night, she sent me this long text about how we need to move past this as a family. How she's ready to forgive me for taking legal action. She's ready to forgive me? Forwarded it to my lawyer. He says to keep everything for the contempt hearing. The wedding's in 4 months. We've got half the funds saved again. Jake's parents gifted us their airline miles for the honeymoon. My friends are throwing a budget-conscious bachelorette in Vegas. We're staying downtown, not the Strip, and yes, I see the irony. Life's good, drama-free, peaceful. Mom can figure out her own mess. I'm busy planning my future. Team no contact. For the win. Updated. Final update. Well, this is it. The final chapter of this absolutely bonkers saga. Grab your popcorn because the ending is chef's kiss, perfect. Tyler got arrested. Federal charges for wire fraud. Turns out when you promise, people 200% returns on crypto investments and then lose it all gambling, the feds get interested. He's looking at 5 to 10 years. Mom? She finally got a job at a gas station. Night shift, making minimum wage. The garnishment kicked in immediately, so I'm actually getting payments now. It'll take approximately 47 years at this rate, but hey, it's something. But here's the beautiful part. Jake and I got married last weekend. Small ceremony in his parents' backyard, just like we planned. 25 people, sunset ceremony, taco truck reception. Perfect. Mom found out through Facebook. She wasn't invited. Neither was Tyler. He's in county lockup anyway. She texted me, I can't believe you'd exclude your own mother from your wedding. I replied, I couldn't risk you stealing the wedding cake. Then I blocked her number. The universe has a sense of humor, though. Our photographer turned out to be Linda's daughter. Small world. She gave us a discount and threw in extra prints as a sorry your mom's crazy bonus. As I write this, I'm sitting on a beach in Cabo with my husband. Still feels weird to say. Watching the sunset. No debt, no drama, no toxic family ruining our day. Sometimes trash takes itself out. And sometimes you need to hire a lawyer to make sure it stays out. Thanks for following this wild ride, Reddit. Remember, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time, and maybe don't give them your banking info. Peace out.